In the last 60 years, the deal was simple. Go to school, get a degree, find a safe 9-to-5 job, put your head down for 40 hours, and retire comfortably at 65. Your parents believed it, your teacher preached it. But if you look around today, you know deep down that something is terribly wrong. You are working harder than ever, you are more educated than any previous generation, yet buying a house feels impossible and your paycheck vanished by the 15th of the month. You haven't done anything wrong. You're just playing a game where the rules quietly change behind your back. The 9-to-5 job is not a safe harbor anymore. This is the riskiest financial gamble you can take in the modern economy. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact math why the traditional career is dead and how the AI is about to wipe out the safe middle class. And the one thing and the only thing you must build today if you want financial freedom. We need to talk about digital assets. To understand why you are broke, you have to look at the highest financial theft in modern history. It's called the productivity pay gap. Since 1979, the American and global workforce became incredibly productive. Because of the computers, the internet, and software, we produced almost 65% more value today than we did decades ago. But look at this line. According to the Economic Policy Institute, while your productivity skyrocketed by 65%, your actual pay adjusted for inflation barely moved. It went up by miserably 14%. Where did all the extra money go? It didn't go into your paycheck. It went to the owners of the company, it went to the shareholders, it went to the people who own the assets. The 9-to-5 system is designed to extract maximum output from you, while paying your absolute minimum required to keep you coming back on Monday morning. Trading your time for a salary means your income is capped by 24 hours in a day, but your expenses are completely uncapped. But being underpaid is no longer your biggest problem. Having a job at all is. For years, we thought robots would take the blue-collar jobs, the factory workers, the truck drivers. And we were wrong. The robots came for the white-collar workers. They came for the copywriters, the coders, the accountants, and the middle managers. A massive report by Goldman Sachs recently revealed that the generative AI could expose the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs to automations. 1/4 of the all current work tasks could be replaced by algorithms in the next few years. If your job consists of sitting at a desk, processing information, writing emails, or moving data from one spreadsheet to another, you're competing against a machine that doesn't sleep, doesn't ask for a raise, and doesn't take sick leave. The safe corporate job is dead. And the question is, what do you replace it with? So if the 9-to-5 is a sinking ship, how do people actually get rich? Most people think the answer is just hard work, but let's look at the math. A construction worker or a nurse works incredibly hard, often 10 to 12 hours a day, but they are rarely wealthy. Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and the 22-year-old kid making $50,000 a month on YouTube also have the exact same 24 hours in a day. The difference isn't how hard they work. The difference is that the 9-to-5 worker is trapped in the time of money equation. They are renting out their hours, and because your hours are limited, your income is permanently capped. To break the system, you need to completely divorce your time from your income. You cannot get wealthy renting out your time. You have to own equity. You have to own a piece of a business, or you have to own an asset. And in today's economy, the most powerful asset you can own doesn't require a factory, millions of dollars, or hundreds of employees. It requires a laptop, like this one. And one of the greatest modern thinkers on wealth is a billionaire investor named Naval Ravikant. A few years ago, he broke the internet with a framework that completely destroys the traditional career path. He explained that wealth is created through leverage. In the past, if you wanted leverage, you needed labor, meaning you had to hire a bunch of people to work for you, or you needed a capital, meaning you had millions of dollars to invest. Both of those required someone else's permission. Someone has to give you the money or agree to work for you. But Naval pointed out that there is a new ultimate form of leverage, permissionless leverage. And this is the code and media, a piece of software, a YouTube video, a newsletter, an AI prompt. You don't need anyone's permissions to create them. You don't need a bank loan. You just need an internet connection. And the best part, they have a zero marginal cost of replication. That means it costs you the exact same amount of time and money to show this video to 10 people as it does to show it to 10 million people. This is the definition of the digital asset. It's a system, a piece of content, or a digital product that you build once and it works for 24/7, 365 days a year. It never sleeps, it never asks for a weekend off, it never complains about working overtime. It acts as your personal automated army going out to the world, finding customers, building trust, and generating cash flow while you are sleeping. Let me give you concrete examples. 1. An audience, a YouTube channel, a dedicated Twitter following, or a podcast. Attention is the new oil. If you have attention, you can print money. 2. An email list, an engaged newsletter is a printing press. You own the distribution, not the algorithm. 3. Digital products or SaaS, software as a service, ebooks, courses, templates, or simple software that solves a specific problem. You create the PDF once and you can sell it 10,000 times at 100% profit margin. The 9-to-5 forces you to build your boss's assets. Building a digital asset means you are finally building your own. Now, I know exactly what the skeptic inside your head is saying right now. That sounds great, but I'm not a 19 years old influencer. I don't want to do silly dances on TikTok. Is this even a real business? Well, let's look at where the smart money is going. And by smart money, I don't mean crypto bros on Twitter. I mean the biggest investment banks in the world. According to a recent report by Goldman Sachs, the creator economy, which is just a fancy term for people building digital assets, is expected to approach $500 billion by 2027. $500 billion, that is not a trend, is a massive permanent shift in global wealth. Brands have realized that people don't trust faceless corporates anymore. They trust individuals, they trust you. If you can build an audience around a specific problem, whether it's Excel spreadsheets, fitness for busy dads, or coding for beginners, you become the media channel. And in 2026, he who owns the media channel owns the cash flow as well. But here's the biggest mistake you can make right now. Do not march into your boss's office tomorrow and quit the 9-to-5 job. That's a financial suicide. If you quit your job with no assets, you operate out of desperation. And desperation does not build good business. Instead, you need to use what I called a Clark Kent strategy. During the day, you are the mild-mannered employee. You do your job, you collect your paycheck, and you use that 9-to-5 salary as the angel investor for your real life. That paycheck pays your current rent, buys your food, and covers your internet bill. But from 6 to 10 p.m. and on the weekends, you put on the cape. You become the founder. You spend 2 to 4 hours every single night building your own digital asset. It will be exhausting. That's what I did, and I know that pretty well because I did that for many, many years. You will lose your sleep. You will have to say no to Netflix and going out, but you are trading 12 months of temporary discomfort for a lifetime of not asking another grown adult for permission to take a vacation. So how do you actually start building this tonight? Here is the 3 exact steps blueprint to build your first digital asset from scratch. First, you become a magnet for a specific problem. Pick on platform, YouTube, X, LinkedIn. Do not try to be everywhere. Pick one and start publishing free content that solves a very specific problem for a specific person. If you are an accountant, don't make videos about finance. Make videos about how freelancer graphics designers can save $5,000 in taxes. Niche down until it hurts. 2. Build the bridge. Social media followers are the renting space on someone else's platform. If the algorithm changes tomorrow, your business dies. You need a bridge to get them off the platform. You create a lead magnet, a free PDF, a checklist, a 5-day email course, or a Notion template that solves one immediate problem for your audience. You give it away for free, but in exchange, they give you the most valuable currency on the internet, their email address. 3. The ultimate asset, the list. Once you have their mail, you own the distribution. You now have an audience you can reach directly for free forever. You nurture them with a weekly newsletter, and eventually you launch your paid digital asset, a premium course, a community, or consulting. You build it once and you sell it infinitely. I know exactly what voice in your head is spreading right now. Who am I to start this? I don't have a PhD, I'm not a millionaire, I am not an expert. Why would anyone listen to me? Well, I was at the exact same loop 15 years ago, but I started anyway and I make it up to today. This is the biggest lie in the traditional educational system that taught you. It taught you that you need a piece of paper and 20 years of experience to be allowed to speak. But the internet doesn't care about your credentials. The internet only cares about one thing. Can you solve my problem? You don't need to be the ultimate guru standing on top of a mountain. You just need to be the guide. You only need to be one of 2 steps ahead the person you are trying to help. If you just figured out on how to get your baby to sleep through the night, or you are good on exhausting parents who hasn't slept in 3 days, if you just learned on how to automate your mail inbox using AI, you are an absolute genius to the guy spending 4 hours a day answering emails. You don't need to teach the experts. You just need to teach the person you were 6 months ago. Document your journey, share your mistakes, and people will follow you for your authenticity, not your perfection. And let's talk about risk, because this is where the 9-to-5 mindset completely fails. If you want to start a traditional business, let's say a restaurant or a coffee shop, you need to take out a loan of $100,000, sign a 5-year lease, hire staff. If you fail, you're bankrupt. That's a catastrophic risk. But building a digital asset, it is the ultimate cheat code, is what investors call asymmetric risk. What is your downside if you start a newsletter tonight, a post on YouTube, video tomorrow, and nobody watches it? You lose $0. You just lose a few hours of your time. Your downside is literally capped at 0. But what is the upside? The upside is a piece of media that scales infinitely. The upside is reaching 10,000 people. The upside is replacing your salary in 12 months, quitting your job and taking back control of your time. When the downside is 0 and the upside is infinite, choosing not to play the game is the most irrational thing you can do. The 9-to-5 as a safe path to wealth is dead. The inflation numbers proved it. The AI reports proved it. The widening gap between productivity and your paychecks proved it. The system is functioning exactly as it was designed to function. Keep you just comfortable enough not to quit, but just broke enough to keep coming back. You have 2 choices right now. First, you can close the video and go to sleep. Wake up tomorrow when your alarm rings, sit in the traffic, and spend the next 40 years building someone else's assets. Choice number 2, you decide that today, that is the day you start building your own. If you are ready to choose the number 2, you need a system, not motivation, a system. If this video woke you up, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the near future, and share it with a friend of yours that needs to see this and wake up from the eternal trap. Your time is your most valuable asset. Stop renting it out. I will see you in the next one.